The Raxium sequential turn signals that we have here will be a radically modern option for the 2015 through 2017 owners who might be looking for a very unique and very bright LED signal that's also going to incorporate some nice modern LED diffuse lighting and of course that very cool sequential pattern. Now the Raxium options will be a plug-and-play direct swap install that can be had for right around that $250 price point. And because there's no crazy wiring or modification needed, expect a pretty soft 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter and about an hour or so to complete from start to finish. But if you hang with me for a bit guys, we'll walk you through this job later in the video. So the Raxium turn signals that we have here today, guys, are certainly going to be for the 15 through 17 owners out there who want to really modernize the turn signals in your ride and certainly go with something that's going to be a little bit more wild in appearance. Now, the main wild part of these lights, if you will, I think will be the diffused LED running lights kind of going around the entire housing here, which will illuminate whenever your parking lights or your headlights have been switched on. Now, I like these lights because I think they're going to flow very well with those tri-bar or gill running lights in your factory headlights. And altogether, when everything's switched on, it makes for a very consistent look. Now, the second big reason you might want to consider the Raxiums here will be that sequential functionality or pattern for both your turn signals and your hazards. Now, those are made possible thanks to the modern and very bright 8 amber LEDs per housing, sandwiched between your diffused LED running lights. Now, again, when in action, these things are going to be very bright and, of course, very cool, very custom thanks to that sequential functionality. Now, altogether, guys, all of this LED lighting is housed in a very durable black housing here, kind of a matte black housing topped off with a crystal clear polycarbonate lens. Gives it a little bit of that smoke vibe without being too dark. Now, if you did want to darken that up, you could always add a smoke tint kit on top of it, but that is totally up to you. Now, the Raxium turn signals here have been both DOT and SAE approved, making them legal for use in all 50 states. But now we want to segue into that installation as promised earlier here, guys. And again, no cutting, no permanent modification needed, and even no crazy wiring. Everything is going to be completely plug and play. You just have to drop down your turn signal buckets in your factory front fascia or bumper. And then once those are down, swapping the lights is simply a 3-screw or 3-bolt job. But to give you a better idea of just how things will go down, check out our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown right now.
Tools used for this installation: 3/8 electric impact gun, clip removal tool, 3/8 to 1/4 inch adapter, 1/4 inch drive extension, 7, 8, and 10 millimeter sockets. First thing we're going to do is, once we got our hood open, we're going to remove our 8 push clips under here to remove our rad cover. That'll give us access to the bolts that hold the front of the bumper, the top of the bumper on. Once they're removed, you can remove our rad cover. Now that our rad cover is removed, we're going to follow our rubber down like this. You're going to see a 7 millimeter right here in the corner. We're going to remove that. Now you want to repeat that on the other side. Now that we have our 2 7 millimeters removed, we're going to remove our 8 millimeters up top here. These hold the nose on the front and the whole bumper. Now that we got those removed, we'll be able to lift up on the bumper then and remove it once we get our sides. We're going to start with our driver's side and start removing the push pins in the inner wheel well. Now that we have our 8 millimeters removed up top, we come over to our side. There are 1, 2, and 3 push clips in here that hold the inner wheel well in. And then there's another bolt that's up inside here that holds this piece towards the fender. Now in our vehicle, we're missing some hardware. We're missing this bolt and we're missing one of the push clips. So I'm going to get in here and pop the 2 out that we have. So now that I have those removed, you would end up removing one more that's up in here. And once you get that done, you're going to be able to take your inner wheel well and pull it back like this. And once you get your wheel well back, you'll be able to get in here, and right in this corner, right up in here, there would be another bolt up in here. I think it's either 7mm or 10mm. Once you remove that and get that out, you'll be able to grab and move and pretty much just pull the side off like that and it comes apart. Now that we have this apart, we're going to go underneath, remove our splash apron. And you're going to want to repeat the same procedure on the other side. Now that we got our sides disconnected, we're going to get under here and remove our push clips and 7mm bolts that hold this shield on. Our vehicle, missing bolts, missing some push clips. So your vehicle, if you haven't touched it yet, probably have all your clips. So I'm just going to take out what we have here. That's going to give us access to undo our turn signals. And able to remove the front bumper cover. So now that I got all the push clips that we have left, I'm going to remove what screws are still in this. All right, so now I think I have all the screws out of it. I'm gonna remove the splash guard, just like that. Drop it down. It's gonna give us access to undo our lights and be able to remove our front bumper cover. So now that we have our splash shield off, this is gonna expose our turn signals, which we're gonna disconnect and pull apart. Now, I'm on a lift, so it makes it very easy. If you're on the ground, you want to make sure you get this thing jacked up, and you have jack stands, and if you can get it up high enough, you'll be all right enough to unplug all this. Now the front bumper cover will come off. You're just going to repeat that on the other side. So now that we got our turn signal disconnected, now, if you do have your vehicle up high enough, or you have it on, and you have it supported with jack stands, you could get up in here and remove the screws necessary to remove the whole turn signal housing, and you'd be able to install the new turn signal and put it in right here without actually removing the bumper cover all the way. But for demonstration purposes, to show you how it mounts, I'm going to remove the bumper cover, and then I'm going to install the turn signal on it, and then put everything back together. So now that we have our sides unhooked, we disconnected our turn signals. I got this bumper ready to come off. I'm gonna lift up on it, get it off its tabs here. Once we do that, we'll be able to drop it down and pull it right off. I'm gonna put it on the bench and show you how to remove the turn signal brackets. So I'm now gonna remove our 7mm that hold the whole housing in place. So now that I have these screws all removed, there was 2 up here that we were missing on our kit. you're going to just pull over on your clips here and it should pop loose. Just like that. Now we got this removed. Now we'll start taking these three out here and installing our new turn signal. Now we're going to remove these three 7mm here to remove this will remove our old turn signal. Once we get them, now we have our old turn signal out. Now we'll start our install on our new turn signal. So we have a new turn signal here and our old turn signal here that we removed. We're going to pull out and twist and pull out our marker light here and remove the bulb. And this piece is going to install into this connector here, like that. That way when we get this into this housing, we're going to be able to plug our marker light connector in that. So we are done with our old housing. Now we're going to install our new housing into our bracket. We're going to fish our wires through. And our connectors. Get our turn signal in place. I'm going to use our 7mm screws. These are the ones that we took out of the old housing. And get them started. Use our microfiber so we don't scratch our new lens cover. I'm going to snug these up. Remember, it's plastic, so if you are going to use a gun, you don't want to over tighten it or break the plastic housing. That's it. Now that we have our connectors free and our new turn signal in, we'll reinstall this into our bumper. So now we have our new turn signal in place. We're going to stick this back in our bumper. You'll see it just clips back in just like it was. And I'm going to start our screws. Now again, we had some screws that were missing in our cover. I'm going to put back in what we had. Take my 7mm. This one up here I'm going to tighten up. This was a 10 millimeter. So now that we have these all in place, you're going to take your module that they give you, going to peel back the 3M adhesive. It's a double-sided tape, and you're going to be able to mount this inside your bumper cover. If I can get the adhesive tape off, because I don't have much fingernails. But so you can just mount that there. It won't be in the way. We'll move this wiring out of the way here. That leaves our two plugs, our plug for our driving light. Everything's in place. Now we're ready to install the bumper on once we repeat the same procedure on the other side. So now we got our turn signals back in. We're going to hook up our connections. We're going to take our headlight connector. I pulled the bulb out. We're going to install that. You're going to hear a clip. We're going to take our marker light. And we'll plug our other fog light in down here. Now that we have them plugged in, you're going to repeat the same procedure on the other side. So now we got our turn signals plugged in. We're going to take our bumper cover, lift it up, slide it over, put it on our pins up top here. Once we get these in and get it pushed down, now we'll go and start installing the sides over there where the fender is. Now that we got our front in place, we're going to put our sides back together. Now on our vehicle, we're missing some hardware. There is a screw up in here that you're going to have to put back in. You pull your inner wheel well down like that, you'll be able to get to it, get in there, tighten that up. Our clip's busted here, so I'm not going to be putting that back in. So pretty much all you're going to do is give your fender a hit like that. It'll put it right back in place. You would put your screw in. I'm going to put my splash inner wheel well back in the car. Put my push pins back in. Again, we're missing one up in here. Probably going to have to take yours and put yours in there. Once we have this all together here, we'll work on the splash apron underneath. You're just going to want to repeat the same procedure on the other side. Now we're going to install our splash shield. We're going to have to get it up into place. Feed it underneath our front air dam. Now on our Mustang, we're missing a lot of clips and screws, but I'm going to put back in what I took out. If you've never had yours off, you probably have all your clips. I'm going to start with our push pins on the side to hold it in place. I'm going to start some of our screws back in place where they were. I'll start some of the front ones that have clips in them. Once I have them all run in, our splash guard is on. Now we'll work on the top. Now that we have the underneath done, we're gonna finish with our top. We're gonna put our two 7mm in on the ends first. I'm gonna start them and then run them in. I'm gonna switch over to my 8mm. So remember, it's plastic, so don't run it down too hard if you're using a gun. As soon as it stops, that's all you gotta do. Now we'll install our rad support cover. Put our push pins back in. And we have all our push pins. We're not missing ones up top, which is a good thing. Once you have them all done, our bumper's back on, we're good to go. Hey guys, that wraps up this review and install of our Raxiom sequential LED turn signals for 15 to 17 Mustang. Thanks for watching, and for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.